Hello, my Scorpio viewers, and welcome to your June 2020 monthly reading. I am alignedsoultarot, and I am very pleased to be able to provide you with some insight for this month ahead. We are trudging through some astro energy, as I like to put it. There's a lot going on with the planets. You know, I did the Venus retrograde reading, which I hope provides you with some insight into your love, your abundance, what you're tuning into right now, and those frequencies. And for June, you know, it's a little bit more diving into those retrograde energies, reassessing, reevaluating. And for you especially, we had that full moon in Scorpio, which right now, through this period into the next full moon of June, it's all about you, Scorpio, and self-cultivating and the first house, you know, so self, all about your, who you are, your integrity, how you show up in the world, what you're trying to manifest. And that seems to be kind of a theme in the pre-shuffle that I was seeing, and I think that there needs to be some letting go and being a bit more open, and also easing out of the need to control a bit, is just from what I've been getting with the cards so far. This is just the pre-shuffle though, so just know we're going to be diving a bit deeper. But in the pre-shuffle, the 9 is of importance of you. So 9 is all about self-cultivating, which makes sense with what I was just saying with the full moon in Scorpio. But when you are in that manifesting process, how are you manifesting? Where are you manifesting from? Are you manifesting from a place of lack or fear? Because when we manifest from a place of lack or fear, or need to control the outcome, we're usually let down, or we're usually shown, especially right now with Saturn retrograde and other planets, we're really feeling that bounce back and those karmic lessons, and it's trying to show us, hey, this isn't the way to manifest. We don't want to manifest from a place that leaves one person in lack, and one gains more power, so there's that power struggle, right? Another way to put it, if you're manifesting and not stepping into your truth, like who you really are, what your soul is really trying to speak to you about who you are, right? Self with the full moon. And like I said, you're coming from a place of ego even. So if you're coming from a place of ego, you know, yes, you might be manifesting things into the material world, but is it feeding all aspects of self, or is it just feeding one part of who you are? You know, so there needs to be a balance. There's a lot of things that go into manifesting, and I don't mean to confuse you, Scorpio, but you will know in your heart if it feels right or not, right? Your intuition. We're being asked to use our intuition as well during this time. So there's a lot of things in this spiritual evolution and process through growing and learning about ourselves. Sorry if you're hearing that screeching sound in the background. It may be a bit distracting. Some stuff is going on outside my window. But yes, I really do feel like there is this need to open up, especially when I'm saying this open heart, right? You have the 9, so about self-cultivating, the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands wanted to show up. So there could be a little bit of defensiveness with the 9 of Wands that came up in the pre-shuffle. It's asking you to open your heart, release the need to control the outcome. Know that when you're manifesting, all that is meant for you will come to you, right? Yes, we want to keep our thoughts clear, our intentions clear that we set, right? But we also want to release that control around it, right? So that's what I'm kind of getting at with the whole big picture here, is we don't want to hold on to one idea or one way of thinking when we are manifesting our future, right? And especially now, I'm noticing like these timelines that we're trying to pinpoint and find out. And yes, we can dream, we can vision, we can look into the future, but there are a lot of unknowns in this world, right? So staying open-hearted, right? This came up in reverse, so really being open to all possibilities, and know that whatever comes up for you is meant to serve you, right? And it's aligning you and trusting in that process, right? It can be very challenging at times when things aren't necessarily going the way that we thought that they would go. And we're being asked to have an open heart and trust in the process, okay? We have the Gate card here with spring, and I'm seeing this tying together. Things are opening up in the springtime for you. Also, this could represent a choice, right? Walking through the gates with integrity and stepping into your truth, right? Right, the Predator cards show up here, so this could be someone around you or you. Like I said, this is kind of like my controlling card, so really not trying to pray or control a situation in any way. Be that predator, you know, kind of latching on is what I'm getting. So opening up, the open heart, right? Even if it hurts, whatever comes up in that process, just understanding that it's for your growth. We also have the Friendliness card here. So again, I'm seeing that tie with that closed off energy of like holding on to something or one way of thinking or one outcome. So being friendly, being kind, being not being too rigid or defensive is what I'm getting to. When you come off like as a predator energy or people around you, they have their own unique story, so that this isn't you and this is someone else around you, Scorpio. They could be going through their own healing right now at the time, and understanding that you can't necessarily control their way of thinking. And if they are, you know, depleting you of your energy, or you feel like you're prey to this predator, you need to be able to step away from that energy. And this is when you use your intuition, right? And you feel into what is actually going on in the scenario rather than just trying to control it. And do it with a kind, open heart with this Friendliness card. So friendliness is kindness in action. Bring a smile and a kind word to each person you meet. So if you are dealing with the predator energy in your surroundings, it's asking you to almost like kill them with kindness, right? You don't want to meet the predator as a predator, because then it's just like fighting fire with fire, right? So instead of trying to defend yourself, I guess it's more about understanding friendliness and knowing how to separate your energy so you don't actually get consumed by that energy, Scorpio, is what I'm getting. But yes, spring card, we're going to dive a bit more into your reading and see what this spring card's all about. But again, the 9 is of importance to you. So keep that in mind throughout this reading. You have the 9 of Wands, like I said, so that's like having your guard up, being defensive, okay? If that's you or someone around you, recognize that energy. And then the 9 of Pentacles showed up too, which is all about self-sufficiency. So what I'm getting with both of those cards is, making sure that you are really self-cultivating, self-preserving, right? Not allowing yourself to fall victim at this time, okay? And doing it with an open heart, kind words, right? Not fighting fire with fire is what I'm getting in this. Okay, so let's dive into your reading here. And let's see what June 2020 has to offer you. Again, these messages are general, Scorpio, so keep that in mind. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you want to go a bit deeper into a private reading with me, you can find all my information in the description box below. Just for the rest of May here, I have 20% off, so if you want to snag a good deal on a private reading, please do so. We can dive a bit deeper into a partner or any sort of needs that you have at this time, Scorpio. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Scorpio, for June 2020. Again, just because if I timestamp it June doesn't mean that it's just for June. Let these messages serve you when you find them, okay? You can also find this in July and look back. And, you know, a lot of the time when you do that, it actually helps gain a lot more insight. So say you find this in July, whenever you find this, and you read into June, you actually have maybe potentially lived through those energies and you can gain a better perspective. So just let these messages like kind of find you when they do, right? Don't have to be too rigid around the timeline. I could pick up on past, present, or future energies for you, Scorpio. Also with that Venus retrograde, I want to mention that is highlighting your 8th house. So all about intimacy, right? Your connections to other people. So like I said, if you're in a dynamic where you feel like you are falling prey, making sure you protect your energy. The 9 is all about self-sufficiency, right? Self-cultivating, self-mastery. So really finding that balance, right, in your relationships is what I'm getting. All right, let's cut the deck. Let's see what we have for you, Scorpio. Interesting. Okay. 3 of Earth on the bottom here. We also have 3s showing up twice. So 3 and 9 are of importance to you. 3 is all about cooperation, teamwork, working together, union. We have the 3 of Air in reverse, so 3 of Swords and 3 of Earth in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So kind of what I was sensing from the beginning of your reading. In June, you might potentially be feeling like things aren't necessarily going as planned, right? Working in unison. Finding that you might be feeling a bit isolated from someone or something, especially particularly an intimate relationship. 8th house, Venus retrograde. Things are coming up around that. Being honest with yourself, like I said, making sure that you are satisfying your needs, right? Self-cultivating for you, Scorpio. 3 of Pentacles on the bottom here in reverse. This is practical earthly energy, grounded energy, right? When it's upright, it's all about the way it's represented in this card is a little bit different than the standard deck, but you usually see the mind, body, spirit connection with the 3 different masters. In this deck, you know, you see the 3 women here kind of gathering together. Looks like they're kind of doing a ceremony, a seance as you may call it, but kind of bringing in the energies together. The power of 3 here. I want to read this for you because I really think this is going to help you understand kind of the artistry, because with this deck it really helps illuminate what this depiction is showing in the picture. 3 witches sit within a clearing that they have made together, and now they have space. 2 of them teach the 3rd member of their coven how to further their craft. You're making good progress, plans, dreams, and hopes all growing nicely under your care and attention, and now you can spare some time to consider what may help you need to grow even more. Don't be afraid to go back to your roots and learn new skills from scratch as you gain valuable insight from friends and mentors. So this is all about kind of letting other people in to teach you. So if you are kind of in that like place in between is what I'm getting of like potentially in a relationship, like finding out that certain needs need to be met. When it's in reverse, I'm thinking like there might be a lack of that. But also knowing like who's on your team is what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. Who is on your team? Who is going to help you cultivate, right? And master a skill, deepen a relationship. You can look at it any way. Pentacles is very practical. So anything in the 3D tangible, this is definitely more career focused. So finding people that are going to help you master a skill, right? Or are going to help you in a relationship, you know, where your energies kind of flow together is what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. The 3 of Air here, this is the other 3 in the deck. This is sword energy. So this card represents also the depiction of the lone deer, or here, I forget what they call it in this. I want to call it a deer, but I don't think that's what they call it in this deck here. the lone stag, I guess you'd call it, a stag, standing alone. You know, usually you find them in groups, herds. So when I see these three right off the bat for your reading in reverse, it's definitely more of like the lone wolf, the lone warrior, kind of feeling like you're alone in this, kind of feeling like you're having to pull back your energy in June a bit, heal. With the Three of Swords, this is all about healing from heartbreak. So when I see that with the Predator card, I'm definitely sensing like you're kind of having to pull your energy back a bit to self-preserve, right? 9 is all about self-preserving, self-cultivation. So just a lot of like finding out what serves you, I feel like, for this June period. Having to go within with this meditation card, and it's in reverse. So maybe you have trouble sitting with yourself. Maybe you have become codependent in a sense. Maybe that's what I'm getting from these threes, is that you're so used to others kind of dictating your life and how you manifest and how, you know, how you are in relationships. So really trying to, with this meditation card in reverse, this woman's she's by herself, right? She can sit with herself, she can meditate, she can understand her flows, like with that water energy, the flows and ebbs and flows of her energy. When I see it in reverse, it's almost like a need to go within, and maybe you're so used to relying on others with this 3 energy that Spirit's actually asking you to step into that 9 energy that we saw in the pre-shuffle, right? 9 of Pentacles is all about independence. That's a big theme for you in this reading. Being able to sit with yourself. So let's read its meditation card here. Let's see what this meditation card has for you. This card represents a woman. She's sitting alone here, right? A reminder to make time for mindfulness, to meditate and indulge in peace, to let your inner voice speak wisdom to you, away from the outside world. A request for your mind to embrace quiet and serenity. Okay, this is a deep need for you. I think this will help you detach from this predator energy that you might be sensing around you. Or kind of understand maybe where you lie in a relationship. Maybe it could be vice versa. Someone might be feeling like you are predator and you're having to kind of pull back a bit. You got the Moon card here. This is all about illuminating, right? Watery energy, Pisces energy. Illuminating the unknown, right? It falls under that Predator card. So this could be illuminating aspects of yourself that need to control, like I was also talking about. Maybe you find yourself trying to control a dynamic, right? 3 of Earth here. And you're needing to release that a little bit. Finding out truths, hidden truths in a relationship. This is also like some secrets that could be still hidden too, you know? Moon is a very mysterious energy. It's tapping into the unknowns, using your intuition, right? Very watery energy. So this is definitely representing your watery self, Scorpio. We have the Knight of Air here. It's in reverse. So this person is all about taking initiation, speaking their truth. This is sword energy, right? Flying high, fast incoming messages, right? That's the Knight of Air, Knight of Swords here. It's in reverse, so maybe you're having to take, like I said, kind of take a step back in a dynamic, right? The 3 of Pentacles here, the 3 of Air in reverse. Stepping back from union, stepping back into self, meditating, gaining a better perspective on a situation before you just kind of become too domineering. Like the Knight of Air can be very, very hasty energy, impulsive, quick, harsh words sometimes. Like I said, you don't want to fight fire with fire. This predator energy. If you feel like you're falling prey or you're victimized in a situation, you don't want to fight back. You want to gain, like, you know, kill them with kindness with this friendliness here. staying open-hearted, understanding that everyone is on their own unique healing journey. So whoever you are might be dealing with, they might be having to go within a bit, and so thus you might be having to do the same. There's a lot of like going within, stepping back when I see all these cards in reverse here. Having to illuminate some more. Maybe there's some things that are just still hidden in this dynamic or within yourself that you're reassessing. So we're going to clarify here. I wanted to really clarify this spring card and what it means for you for June 2020. You know, we're going to be stepping into summer. This is for a certain part of the world here. We're stepping into summertime in June, the northern hemisphere. This is for spring. Spring, June 2020. What is this card about? Spirit guides and angels. Can you show me anything else for this spring card for Scorpio? Anything else for the spring card here, please? Anything else for the spring card? Whoa. Okay. Wow. So I picked up off the floor the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So this is definitely a dynamic. This is very passionate, fiery energy. And sometimes they do say, I've definitely heard this before, how like Scorpio can be kind of watery and also fiery. So when you see a fire element in the cards, you know, King of Wands, it doesn't necessarily have to represent a fire sign. This could be just someone sitting in that energy. So you might actually find yourself and then you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So there's definitely some shakeup around a family dynamic, some sort of union. So this is definitely a duo. A fighting fire with fire, like I said. I really am sensing that there's two people kind of battling it out right now in this union with the Three of Earth here. Collaborating, and maybe there's a sense of not really collaborating. The home environment is there's a little bit of an unsteadiness around that at this time. That's when I was clarifying the spring. So I'm sensing that this is happening in the spring. So this is what's happening right now potentially. Is there's a need to step back and gain a better perspective, right? And try to see the other person's perspective. Not fighting fire with fire, the friendliness card, keeping an open heart, right? Understanding and being empathetic, right, to the situation. Because, like I said, this is fire element. These people are very confident, right? They step into their power. They live with integrity, you know, very passionate energy. So this dynamic is fueled by passion, which is beautiful. But sometimes when you have two people with their own sets of beliefs, right, and own ways of thinking, they might have some things in common, but there might be one thing that's kind of setting this Ten of Pentacles off. And it's needing to be rebalanced. But when you have two people that are so independent, is what I'm getting, in a sense of their beliefs, there can be that conflict that comes in between, right? And that's where that predator energy is really sneaking in on me here. You know, fighting fire with fire is what I'm getting. So let me actually clarify. This is for spring, so this is kind of like, I feel what you're going through right now. Can you please clarify this couple here, the Queen of Wands and King of Wands, please? How is this connecting to the reading? What needs to be healed within this dynamic? Spirit guides? Show me. Okay. Anxieties. Truths need to be spoken. Lots of sword energy. So there's definitely some communication blockages potentially at this time, because I have the Nine of Air here in reverse and the Eight of Swords. So I'm thinking that there definitely has been some arguments, right? Fighting fire with fire, like maybe some harsh words have been said, and now there's this need to pull back, try to gain a better perspective, understand what each person in this dynamic is going through. One or the other might be feeling burdened by their thoughts, right? This could be you or your partner. Take it as it resonates. Again, this is a general message. If this message does not serve you, do not let it fit, okay? Like I said, I could be picking up on past, present, or future energies. But someone in this dynamic, okay, is definitely feeling conflicted with the Eight of Swords here. And the advice that the cards are telling you from the jump is to be self-sufficient, right? So really having to understand what you need, Scorpio, in this time, okay? What are your needs? Are your needs being met? Are you fighting a good fight, or are you fighting for something that's not in alignment with you, right? It does seem like this is, you know, a powerful couple. There's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of passion, right? But both people need to be in alignment, right? And it seems at this time, in this period, there is this mental conflict, this anxiety. So having to pull back, like I said, being empathetic with the friendliness card, being friendly and open about what's going on in this dynamic, and not falling predator or prey, right? With that predator card. All right, let's clarify this moon energy for you. What's being illuminated? Death. Okay, there's this transformation process. This is Scorpio. This is your energy. Please clarify this moon card for Scorpio. Scorpio, June 2020. Yeah, there's that control. Okay. Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So deceit, lies, sneakiness, releasing this, right? So maybe this is what's kind of coming up in the relationship, right? What's being illuminated. There's this battle. This card represents a battle, right? There's two people that have been in conflict, and it seems like both are throwing in the towel. You know, there's just this fighting the good fight, persevering, but one's walking away, as you can see. And everyone seems to, it's like it's not a win-win situation at all. There's only one person here that's kind of sneaking away, while these other ones are having to walk away feeling defeated, okay? So what I'm getting for you, there's also 3 in this card. Isn't that interesting how we were talking about the 3 of Pentacles earlier and the 3 of Air? And this is directly tying with the beginning of your reading. I'm now seeing full circle here. Okay. So for you, Scorpio, this is all about sneaky, right? Deceit. When I talked to you about manifesting in the beginning of the reading, making sure you're not manifesting from a place where you're the one gaining the power, you're doing so in a manipulative way, right? Maybe being predator, or this could be someone around you, okay? It doesn't have to be you, but this is just what I'm picking up here. One person is trying to make out as the winner, while other people are losing, right? And I told you in the beginning of the reading, that's not where you want to manifest from, a place of power or ego. We got the Emperor card here in reverse. This is all about the controlling, manipulative king in reverse. This is not a good energy to be in or surrounded by. So really trying to make sure that you're not operating from that place of manifesting, like I told you in the beginning of the reading. You don't want to be the sneaky deviant one that's walking away with all the swords and leaving other people, you know, in the background feeling defeated, right? You have to be truthful and honest, both parties in this. And if this is someone else, your partner needs to be truthful and honest, letting go of control, right, of the outcome, like I said. When you're manifesting, you need to understand that, yes, you have your wants, your needs, your desires, but you have to stay open-minded. Understand that whatever comes to you, you cannot always control the outcome, right? Where are you manifesting from, right? That's really where this is kind of all drawing back to. Because when I clarify the moon, I get the Emperor in reverse, the Death, and the Queen of Cups. So this is all about transformation, right? Going through some sort of death process. Death of ego, death of controlling. When I see these two together, it's like letting go, right? Releasing this need to control the outcome. Trusting in this process, this death rebirth process. Being very open with your emotions. Comes back full circle with this open heart, right? Being honest with your emotions and how you feel, right? Self-sufficiency. Making sure your emotions are being met. And that release the control, right? All right, Scorpio, I hope these messages served you. We're going to tie up this reading here. I pulled from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. And let's see how this connects. So in the pre-shuffle, we had the Three of Earth. Again, threes. Wow, I'm just noticing that this came up twice for you in reverse. Interesting. So this is a big, powerful message for you. And this is going to really help kind of sum up the whole reading. We had this twice. You have three threes. So Three of Swords, Three of Earth twice, all in reverse. And those nines, right? The reversed Three of Earth asks that you be sure of your motives, right? Where are you manifesting from? What are your motives in this dynamic? Okay? As they will play a defining role in the outcome that manifests. For instance, if your goal is to be successful and powerful is based on a need to feel you are of higher standing than others, you will quite likely be knocked from your pedestal. If your desire is to possess and control, you may well be met with loss and chaos instead. Wow. Emperor card there, remember? Keep in mind that in all things you will reap what you sow. If you want instant gratification, you may find you are met with disappointment. If you spend all your time worrying and second-guessing yourself, you may find yourself making more mistakes. The Three of Earth reversed also cautions against becoming so focused on your goals that you forget to consider the emotional needs. Queen of Cups, right? With that Friendliness card. This is all about making sure that you keep in mind other people's emotions and needs and where they are at on their healing journey, right? Open heart, Queen of Cups, and the Friendliness card. Don't become too focused on your goals, your needs, right, in the manifestation process that you forget the emotional needs of those around you and give the appearance of being insensitive and selfish. That could be a Predator card here. This could also be someone else in your dynamic, okay? It's just illuminating, right, with the Moon card, illuminating what you need to hear. And if this is your story, Scorpio, you will understand where you fit in this dynamic, okay? Do not create distance between yourself and those you love. Intimacy and connection are essential, especially if those you love are the reason you seek to better yourself and your future prospects. Wow, that is just amazing. I can't make this stuff up, Scorpio. I really can't. So when this is upright, you know, it's talking about investment, sacrifice, equal give and take. Making sure that where you're planting your seeds is going to actually benefit you in the outcome, right? Sacrifice. While these choices that you might bring about feelings of reluctance, frustration, annoyance, put them aside and focus on what the end result will bring. So it takes a lot of adversity, right? Intuition, inner knowing. Knowing what serves you, right? And what doesn't. Wow, that's really beautiful how this tied together for you. So again, these messages are general. If you'd like to reach out to me to go a bit deeper so we can understand your unique situation, find all my information in the description box below. And I hope you are well and have a blessed day, Scorpio. Bye-bye.